Hello, welcome along to another video and welcome along to Kev's Seaside Garden and Allotment YouTube channel. Hanging baskets part 2, I suppose. You remember from a couple of videos ago I made the 2 big hanging baskets which are now hanging out the front of the house, and I also mentioned in the video that I would be filling some smaller plastic hanging baskets to go over the balustrade on the deck. Well, here they are. They're a few years old now, so they're getting a little bit sort of discoloured, but I've just given them a real good scrub and they seem to be coming up all right. Now, when we're filling out these sort of hanging baskets, the same rules apply to all the other hanging baskets. What we need to find is a thriller, some fillers, and then some spillers. Again, there's not as much room, so it won't take as long. So let's run through some of the plants that I've decided to have for this one then. With it being a flat back, I thought we might have 2 thrillers. So we have a small begonia and a bright red geranium. So those are the 2 thrillers that will sit out the back. And then the fillers are the good old petunias. I think I might be able to get about 3 or at least 3 or 4 of those in one of those hanging baskets. We'll certainly give it a go. And then for the spillers, we've got Lobelia Crystal Palace, which is the dark blue variety of Lobelia. Again, this is not a trailing variety, so although they will trail a little bit, they will sort of I think they will follow the curves of the hanging basket more than dangle over the side. Anyway, these are going to be the spillers, and if I've got room, I've got an old creeping Jenny from one of the hanging baskets from last year. Now I can see it's in rather a big pot. If possible, I'll try and get that in. So anyway, let's put this little hanging basket together. I don't think it'll take us that long. So before we get started, we need to put in the little gate at the bottom. It's just a little filter and it allows a certain amount of water to collect in the bottom, and there's holes in these little gates for the roots to go through, and it sits in the bottom just like that. So let's get some compost in. Right, thriller number 1. A bit more. This geranium here, this one's been under it for a day or 2 and it's nice and bright. So there's the 2 thrillers in place, and as you can see the hanging basket is nearly half full. I'll just put a bit more compost towards the back. Let's see how many of these we can get in. So the 4 fillers are in, which are the petunias. Now let's see if we can squeeze in a couple of Crystal Palace, Lobelia Crystal Palace. There we go. Simple as that. all I need to do now is to fill in very carefully the gaps towards the back of the hanging basket. There was a few at the front here. There we go, all complete. I'll give that water. I'll leave it under here for a few hours just to sort of settle down and allow the drips to sort of sort themselves out. Then I'll go and put it on the balustrade. So for this hanging basket then, one of the thrillers is going to be a small fuchsia and another red geranium. There we go. A bit of compost under that. So the two thrillers are in place. I did say I was going to get this creeping Jenny in somewhere. So this can act as a spiller and a filler, and then I'll just drop a couple of petunias in there like that. What I'm going to sneak in the back between the two thrillers is a small coleus plant. Again, I grew these from seed, and although if you put them into a pot they will sort of grow to a fair size, in the hanging basket that will restrict its growth just a little bit. And the lobelia I'm going to put in is a trailing one. So it's a slightly different pot from the last one. I'll squeeze that in there. And I get one right on the other side. Come on, there's always a bit of room. In that goes there. No, I'll just keep it to the two. So we have a small fuchsia at the back, a geranium on this side, creeping Jenny at the front, which acts as a filler and a spiller, and then a couple of trailing mixed coloured geraniums, lobelia, excuse me, and then that one's filled. I need to top up a little bit in the gaps with compost. Again, a bit of water.